Good morning, everyone. This is Melody Reels at the Iowa Quilt Museum here in Winterset, Iowa. Do you know that we are just located 15 miles south of Interstate 35, Interstate 80, and 15 miles west off of Interstate 35. Those two intersect in Des Moines. And so if you're ever on a road trip, we're just a hop, skip, and a jump on over. Come over and see Winterset. Come see us here at the Iowa Quilt Museum. Good morning. I'm a little early. Shocker, nobody fall over. Since I'm early, happy Valentine's Day coming up in a couple of days. Happy Galentine's Day tomorrow. Galentine's Day, if you don't celebrate, that's where gal pals celebrate their love and friendship. And I try to do something every year for my gal pals that I love so dearly. Anyway, so now you know if you didn't know. Speaking of Valentine's, well, doesn't really relate. February. Did you know we're doing 10-year anniversary giveaways? So January was this poster, and I still have some. You can go on to our website, iowaquiltmuseum.org, go to the shop. You can pick one up. It's free, but I do ask for you to pay to shipping. That's on the website. But if you're in town or if you're close by and you want one of these, you can just pick one up for free. That was January's. This month, we're doing a drawing. I have Lindsay McCrae's Feed Sack book. It's a great book. I mean, look at that. It's a great and very thorough. So along with that, we have some of her replicated fabric that she designed, and it's called 30s Playtime, and there's her cute little face right there. Okay, and then also Quilt Folk. It's a quilting publication. They donated these book darts, and they come in like copper and gold and silver, and you can use those in your book to mark your favorite page. Anyway, to sign up for that drawing, just email me at director@iowaquiltmuseum.org, and I will get you signed up. Or again, if you're close by, just stop by and we'll get you signed up. Just give me one more second. I want to talk about things that we have coming up. Next weekend, next Saturday, the February 21st, is Diane Murtha's lecture, her second in her lecture series. You do not have to be a part of the first one to be part of this one, so you can sign up for it. It's called Peaceful Stitching. Learn how to incorporate slow stitching techniques with big stitch quilting, embroidery, and decorative darning into your quilting practices for both creative and meditative benefits. And that's from 2 to 3 next Saturday. You could still sign up for that class on our website. Just go to events at the museum, and that's on there. She also has a class on March 21st after that. Also in March, I should say that's called License to Play. That's the last in her lecture series. Also in March, do you have a featherweight? If you have a featherweight, we have a maintenance class. Stephen Rounds, who works for Pieceworks, not works for them, but does work for them, goes and works on machines. He has agreed to do a featherweight maintenance class on March 28th from 9 to noon here in Winterset. Again, that's also on our website. And you get a free kit if you sign up, or you get a kit with that class. And then lastly, in April, Sujata Shah has her Raw Edge Kawandi Applique class, and that's a 2-part class. That's Friday and Saturday, April 3rd and 4th. It is Easter weekend, but it's before Easter. Take some time out for yourself, treat yourself, and learn a new applique technique. It's beautiful, and you could see those. She has an example on our website as well. Again, iowaquiltmuseum.org. Go to events at the museum to see those. As well, under that is the Iowa Quilt Festival, and you can see information about our bus tour to the International Quilt Museum, as well as the classes we're going to be having. Tony's mystery class went live this week, or last week, and so did his Quilts of Valor class, as well as another maintenance class, featherweight maintenance class. If you can't make it in March, we'll have another opportunity in June. He's going to teach a class at the Quilt Festival, plus airing of the quilts is that Saturday. And that is all June 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th. I came at ya really fast. I'm so sorry, but I want to get right to this quilt. This is the last day I'm going to be featuring one quilt. I have 5 quilt artists that sent in an extra quilt, so we're gonna hit those 5, and then I have 2 more gals to feature that are part of the Manhattan Quilt Guild and a part of this exhibit. If you didn't know already, Monday I do an artist spotlight, featured artist spotlight, where, because there's 19 of these gals, I think they're all gals, in the Manhattan Quilt Guild, and I'm featuring them on Monday, give you a little snapshot of the quilt I'm gonna feature, and then today I'm gonna talk about that quilt. So Monday's was on Rachael Dorr, and I have her information right here. And I picked her quilt, and I'm gonna flip you around so you could see. I just gave you a little snapshot of it. It was all white. But if you didn't know, that's a double wedding ring quilt pattern that she quilted on there. And this is called Reverie Wedding Dress Study Number 3. And I thought, well, Valentine's Day around the corner, love, marriage. So I thought I would feature the wedding dress one for today. Let's talk about Rachael real quick. She is a textile artist known for creating richly textured works using her hand-woven fabrics, recycled materials, and a long-arm quilting machine. Primarily working in white fabrics and threads, she invites viewers to step closer and study the precise, intricate details of her surfaces, where subtle variations of stitch and texture become the focal point. Dorr is a member of the Manhattan Quilters Guild and an active member in the Textile Study Group of New York, and her work has been exhibited internationally. She is also frequently seen demonstrating long-arm quilting at national quilting shows, sharing her distinctive approach to contemporary textile art. She does have a website, Rachael Dorr, DORR.com. I have to sneeze. Oh my goodness, excuse me. Hopefully it's a one-timer. I can get going, and that's crazy. Okay, excuse me, by the way. And you can find out more information on the ManhattanQuiltersGuild.com about Rachael, and she does have an Instagram, and I will post those sites. She does, I believe, I've checked out her RachelDorr.com, and she, I think she offers a service. God bless it, I hope I'm right. I think she's the one that offers a service where you can send in family's clothing and she'll make you a memory quilt. How lovely is that? Love that. Okay, so this is Reverie, Wedding Dress Study Number 3, dimensions 40 by 40, pieced and quilted by Rachael Dorr. Materials and construction techniques used: recycled wedding dress, machine pieced, machine quilted. For focus, sorry again, let me start that again. Quilt story. My focused, repetitive thread work and music practice have become soothing acts of daily meditation, which provided a much needed reprieve from the constant barrage of discontent and fear that was being felt by us and fed to us during the pandemic. I hope looking at this piece brings the viewers into a state of peaceful reverie. And then in quotes, she has daydream. Well, that's lovely. I'm going to take you off the stand. It's been the big debate if this is one wedding dress or 2. I think it's 1. Because wedding dresses will have ivory as well as white. But at a closer look, first off, closer look at her quilting is phenomenal. The artistry and just the design is fantastic. But then also the fact that we're like, oh my gosh, there's little pieces of lace in there as well. I'm trying to get my gloves on. Since it's a white quilt, I don't want to touch it. Okay, let's take a look, shall we? I'm going to take you off the stand. I'm going to roll my noisy cart aside, and let's just start here at the bottom, because I just love this little design because it gives like a little heart. And with Valentine's Day coming up, I thought that was fitting. Let me see if I can find a piece that I believe has lace. And it's usually in these little ovals here that has the lace pieces. Well, but some of it, the stitching is so intricate. I'm like, is that lace? Here we go. Here's one right here. Is that something she created, or is that off the dress? I don't know, but it's lovely. Well, but see if I come over here, here's another. But you could see, especially in this piece here, the different colors of white, the ivory and the white. And so that's been the big debate, if this is 1 wedding dress or 2. But I think it's 1. I think it's 1. Well, look at the texture on this little hexagon right here. So it's like a little netting. It's So fun to look at. To see the dimensional work here. Is this one? Where's the one that really gets me? Oh, over here. Ding, 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 ding. I mean, they all get me. I mean, it's really phenomenal. But I love how she has this really tight, scalloped, kind of fish scale look, and then it kind of spreads out here at the end. That's beautiful. You know, we have chairs set up all around the museum, and you are always welcome when you visit. Is that another lace piece? I think that might be another one. To move those chairs and just sit with these pieces. I mean, it's art, and art is intended to be just sat and taken in. There's so much to this quilt. To just walk by it so quickly is not only a disservice to this quilt and to Rachel and the work that she put into it, but to yourself for not sitting with it longer. Look at the lace that's in here too. I love this right here. For some reason, that just really caught me. Oh, look at that quilting. Good gravy. Holy cow. Oh, this looks like a little another piece. I think that's from the dress. I don't think she created that little X there. But she's lovely. Look at just the tiniest little details. You have no idea, but that's kind of small. But the fact that she's taken time in every little piece to just really do something intricate and ornate, beautiful. I'll hop down off my step here. Let's just take a look at the stitching in there. Phenomenal. Fantastic. Amazing. Beautiful. Lovely. All of those adjectives. All right. Again, we are looking at Reverie, Wedding Dress Study number 3. Hold on, I'm going to get the little paper so I can read it again to you. It is beautiful work. Okay, this is 40 by 40, quilt and pieced by Rachael Dorr. Recycled wedding dress, machine piece, machine quilted. My focused repetitive thread work and music practice have become soothing acts of daily meditation, which provided a much needed reprieve from the constant barrage of discontent and fear that was being felt by us and fed to us during the pandemic. I hope looking at this piece brings the viewer into a state of peaceful reverie, daydream. She's really, truly elegant and just beautiful. Just to also remind you, this exhibit's called Renew, Rebound, Reimagined. Did I do that backwards? Did I do that wrong? Rebound, Renew, Reimagine. Rebound, Renew, Reimagine. And so this was a quilt challenge to the Manhattan Quilters Guild to create something about, being about during the pandemic and how they dealt with reemerging, reinventing themselves, just having that kind of a reset, right? Everything came standing still. And I just, I'm in a little small town of Winterset, Iowa, with the population not quite 6,000, maybe 5,500. And, so there's not a lot of people around. And so, but when you're in New York City and there's constantly movement and constant people, I just can't imagine what that must have been like for them. And so this is kind of what this exhibit's been about. And, she directs it, or this piece is, directs it. Some take their work and, reimagine it like, well, I redid this piece, and other people take it really personally and share some really hard moments for them. Anyway, thanks for joining. I will see you next week with 2 quilts. Maybe not from the same artist. I might feature 2 artists next week. But anyway, have a wonderful weekend. Celebrate your gal pals, celebrate friendship, celebrate your loved ones for Valentine's Day. It doesn't have to be just for couples, right? Celebrate your love with your dog and your cat that love you unconditionally, whatever it is. Have a wonderful weekend. Have a wonderful week. I will see you next Thursday with another beautiful quilt here in the exhibit. Thanks, everybody.